All right, guys, welcome back for another video. Let's get ready for next week. I'll be talking about my game plan and what happened last week as well. So before I try to talk about the past action, as you guys know, we need to go over the weekly calendar to make sure we know what's going on next week. So I'll be talking about also the earning calendar as well. But before that, let's actually look at what we have for next week. The different event, it seems like we're going to have a busy week and it's going to be an unemployment week. So starting on Monday, right, if you look at it, we have a couple of Fed speakers that will be talking. Right, so we have the Empire State Manufacturer Survey. Nothing really important for me specifically. Maybe have a couple of Fed speakers that will be talking on Monday. So make sure to know about this timeline. So they can actually make a comment that can create volatility in the market. On Tuesday, we have some good data that are actually coming out. So we have the import price index, also the industrial production, and also have the home builder confidence index as well that will be coming out, and also have Fed Michael Barr speaking as well. So here, the main thing I'll be watching pretty much the home builder confidence and also the different comment that Michael Barr will be making on Tuesday. But let's actually go over the on a Wednesday. I will going over this really fast because all we need to go over the past action. But on Wednesday we have Fed minute and also US trade deficit. All right, so this right here, we won't have the power having a press conference or it's on all the whole FOMC. It will be definitely gonna have the Fed minute as well. I don't think we're gonna have much data in it, so that won't be too much moving the market that the regular FOMC. That's not the regular FOMC. But on Thursday, that's when thing might be really getting more volatile altogether. So we have what the employment data. We're gonna have U.S. employment report, employment rate, U.S. hourly wages, right, and also have the U.S. leading economy indicator as well, and other Fed speaker talking as well. So Thursday is going to be a really volatile day. I think it's gonna be the more busiest day for the week. So if you trade on Thursday, that's where we're probably gonna have the most volatility for the week. And on Friday to close the week, we have PMI. All right, we also have the consumer sentiment. We already have a big move when that data get released, or either up or down. So make sure to actually be aware of that time frame as well. And we also again have Fed speakers. So this week we have a bunch of Fed speakers that will be hitting the market with a comment regarding how they feel about the economy altogether, and also maybe giving a hand on future interest rate cut. So definitely this week, main focus U.S. unemployment and also Fed speaker talking about the economy altogether. Now let's go over the earnings calendar to see what kind of big earning that will be releasing, what kind of big company that will be releasing their earnings. So the main company that pretty much on the highlight for this week is pretty much Nvidia. Nvidia is gonna be the biggest name releasing company this week. Other than that, we have Home Depot. So I'm gonna go over the company I'll be watching. Home Depot, Baidu. I'll also be watching Target as well. And I will talk about like Nvidia, Palo Alto, Walmart, Weibo. I'm definitely watching on Weibo because this right here is the name I'm watching to see if I can actually enter for the long term. The way we saw, hold, right, moving really high. Weibo has the big potential to actually double in terms of market cap. So definitely watching Weibo as well. But that's pretty much the main company I'm pretty much watching. I'll also be into it, but I haven't been trading that name, so it doesn't matter. But the key name, Nvidia, Target, Palo Alto, Home Depot, Baidu, and Weibo, then Walmart. Right, those are pretty much the key name I'll be watching. Let me know in the comment if there's other name that pretty much have your attention on watch for the next week. Let me know. So without wasting any time, I think I'm gonna go over my chart and talk about the price action itself. All right, let me actually go back here. All right. So we're gonna go straight to it. Well, I'm not going to make the video too long. I will talk about it. So first, what we need to look at on SPY, we need to look at the price action for last week, right, altogether. So I'm pretty much on the weekly time frame. And if you look at the weekly time frame, we're pretty much at the top of the chain right here on that biggest move that we have on SPY. And we're pretty much chilling at all-time high. And for the past 3 weeks, we pretty much handing, we're not killing the price action with a 3 red candle. We're not only going anywhere, right? We pretty much stuck right here. So if you look at the weekly time frame, we have enough room to actually make a bigger pullback, right? We look at the daily time frame or the day-to-day time frame on top of price action, and we feel like the market actually pulling back. But if you look on the weekly time frame, there's no pullback that actually happened. While we still are near the all-time high, we still at the highest level, highest zone of the price action here. So we have way more room to actually pull back. If you need to pull back to go have a decent pullback to go all the way down to around the 650, 640, right from where we are right now. So that would be around here. That's another 5% move that we actually move down on SPY, and that would be nothing crazy, and that would be just like a still a healthy pullback in the market. So that's something I'm definitely watching. But other than that, the price action been still bullish. So I'm also, looking for bullish or price opportunity. Now right here, let's talk about the price action last week. If you look at it, we pretty much down uh it's a red candle, but altogether we have a in positive price action, pretty much up 0.14. You can actually look at it right here. So 0.14, that's where we actually have that move right here, even though we have a red candle. But the end of the performance actually ended up to be positive. All right. So now we actually saw the weekly time frame, and if you look at it, you can see that we have a inside candle on that candle right here, all right, compared to last week. So that last week price action was pretty much a price action trading inside the previous candle on the weekly time frame. So now if you go to the daily time frame, that's what we have right here. So that 1 week candle can be translated into the last 5 candle right here. So from here to here, that's the price action of last week. So we pretty much started on Monday right here with a nice gap to the upside, gonna here hit that level and actually push back to the downside strong. Have a strong rejection right here. And on Friday we actually have a gap down, open right here, and we're able to actually reclaim that loss and close green. So we have a strong move on Friday to the upside after a strong gap down from Thursday to Friday. And you can actually see that if you go to the 15-minute time frame and see what happened here. All right, you can see here. All right, so on Thursday we have a nice selling pressure. All right, and that selling pressure actually continue overnight pre-market all the way down here. And when we actually open a price action, we actually push up all the way up and close above. I mean, hit above the lowest price that we have right here, and we're actually close near the close of Thursday. Right, that's what we close. And after hour, we're trying to actually push a little bit. I mean, that was a strong buying level, buying the deep being bought by the buyers, strong buying pressure, and that's what we saw here. So people actually trade on Friday, they actually end up buying the dip right here, made a lot of money. All right. So where can we go from here? All right. So we pretty much have that deep buying. So we're gonna see how we're gonna go. Right. So the one the key level to actually need to have in your watch is definitely the weekly level that I actually mark here. Right. So the weekly level, the lower here and the high, right? We definitely actually go not leave that zone right here. We definitely actually leave that. But so far, this also a big move. I mean a big range. It's about like 3% range. So we can actually trade inside it again. But we'll see what we want to see really to actually have a decent price action for the rest of November. We need to actually leave that range either to the upside or and start making a new all-time high, or to the downside and actually have that pullback that I was talking about, going near the 640 and make that an extra 5% move down for a pullback, right? But we need to see where we actually break whether to the upside to the downside. Are we gonna have that break next week? We don't know. We're gonna see. So one thing I want you to have on my chart as well is the high Friday, right? So that's where I want to actually look at right here. I'm gonna actually make this red. All right, they had on Friday. I want you to look at that level. I need to see the price action clear that level for me to see if we can actually go and retest a high of the weekly high right here. So we can actually annotate this right here. So let's actually call it PYWH. So previous week high, and this right here actually like PDH previous very high, and this right here, let's call it PYL, probably a week low right here. So definitely have those three names on your watch, and I'm gonna go over the 1 hour now. All right. So as I said, we actually pulled back I mean, bounce back at this level right here. So came back, rejected right here. So I'm definitely want to see if you can actually break that level. If you break that level, we can actually have a retest and trying to go toward the previous week high. But if you can actually break that level right here, then I'll probably look for a reaction to the downside. So I'm only going to be bullish if you can actually clear that level. And to the bearish side, if we can actually play the rejection on that level on SPY or the break of I think the 672 level. I think it's on here. The six that's actually 671.5 right here. All right. So below the 671.5, I'm definitely watching for let's actually I know that to be sneaky report right here. So if you lose the C71.5, then I'll probably look for a more bearish opportunity or play the rejection near the 676 or the 675 right here on that level right here. All right. So but if you break this, then I'll probably be looking for a bullish opportunity. So here we have a small range that we also need to break before actually going for that bigger range right here. So if we clear that level, then we have a good chance to actually go retest that range. So pretty much focus on the bullish price action. And if we actually lose that level, then I'll probably be looking for more bearish price action unless we actually come down here, which is gonna be a bounce level, unless the sellers are really strong to actually break that level. Other than that, that's the simple game plan that I'm pretty much watching on SPY, and I'm going to make this video simple and not too long, so I'm going to stop here. But that's what I'm pretty much watching from Monday to Tuesday and Wednesday. This level, we need to actually break that level, and based on that, then the game plan can actually be set for the rest of the week after, depending on where we break on that from that range right here. So that's what I have for the specific name right here. And thanks for watching. And let me know in the comment if there's any other name you're watching. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll probably catch you guys in the next video.